How do I prevent vigilantes from getting too dangerous? This gun in my hand.
Wednesday evening. A steady rain falls on a condemned tenement building in Hex Pantry. People say it's the most dangerous neighborhood in Parabellum City, but you know how people talk. As sure as every parent says their own child is above average, people say every neighborhood 1 or 2 streets away from theirs is the most dangerous. Unquenchable hero by virtue of the fact that he carries a gun, Falk Zildjian had entered the derelict structure after receiving an anonymous tip. It was too risky to bring anyone else on this mission, even a Dr. Watson-type foil to discuss details with. Falk strode through the dripping building muttering to himself.
Gotta keep my wits about me. None of my usual sources would send me an anonymous tip. Could be a trap. The note said the most dangerous rogue vigilante in the city could be found here most nights, torturing suspects, dangling them off the edge of the rooftop to get them to talk, sometimes dropping them. Is what I imagined that would sound like. And when he gets the information he wants, he doesn't bother capturing villains alive anymore. He tracks them down and murders them in cold blood. Can't trust this rattle-trap building. The ceiling could cave in on me at any moment, or the floor could crack under me. Wait a minute. The floorboards are creaking even though I'm not moving. Someone else is here. Show yourself.
Don't shoot, Mr. Zildjian. It's me, Jim Bob Hatfield.
What are you doing here?
This was my first home. The building I grew up in. Even though it's barely standing, it still reminds me of good times. More good times than bad.
I have no quarrel with you, Hatfield, but you'll be safer if you leave.
Is that a threat?
No. I received an anonymous tip that an out-of-control vigilante operates out of this building.
Who is it? The murderalizer? The publisher? I canceled my subscription to Publisher War Journal. The stories were getting really gruesome, not to mention the pictures.
No.
The Destroyer?
You mean the one from the novels or the comics? Never mind, it's neither of them.
Well, whoever it is, I'm not afraid of a little gunplay or violence. I grew up on the mean streets of Hex Pantry. I can take care of myself.
I'm here to find Matt Ban.
Oh, him. Bye-bye.
Stop. Come back.
You just told me to leave.
I need you for a few minutes more. I have to deliver some exposition about Matt Ban's origin stories, and I need someone to interrupt at regular intervals and prompt me with questions. Otherwise it'll be boring with me reciting his story. Plus a long speech verges on narration, and our official narrator Bill will report me as a scab to his union rep.
Did you say origin stories? How do you have more than one?
Perfect. Yes, those are the kinds of prompts I need. Let's start with his first origin. Before he became a crime fighter, Matt Ban was a professional wrestler. When the organizers of the local wrestling network...
That's called a promotion.
Right. When the organizers of the promotion pushed him to fix a match, he refused. So they blacklisted him, or banned him from the mats.
That's why he took the name Matt Ban.
Okay, you can slow down with the interjections or else this is going to take all day. Let me get out a paragraph or two at a time.
Sure.
He used his wrestling skills to fight crime. Everyone remembers him from that wholesome period. His radio show had the right mix of action, danger, and humor. Maybe a little too much humor. His only weapons were his fists, which he used for holds and takedowns, not for punching. He would wrestle criminals into submission until they cried uncle. Then he'd tell them their safe word was Tio, not uncle. And they'd say, that's not how safe words work. But before long, they'd cry Tio.
I didn't realize that. The only version of Matt Ban I remember was humorless and shot people.
No, he used to be funny and dressed colorfully. He wore blue trunks and a gray tank top. In the middle of his shirt was a blue square representing the mat, the wrestling ring. That's why his enemies nicknamed him the Square. His blue mask covered his entire head except for his eyes, nose, and mouth. You've never heard his radio show? It's a classic. Came out 3 years ago.
No, I don't think so.
I bet you'd remember if you heard the theme song.
Is that the one that goes, na-na-na-na-na something?
No, it goes like...
Come listen to Matt Ban. Come listen to Matt Ban. It's Matt Ban listening time, pretty mama. Come listen to Matt Ban. It's Matt Ban listening. If you think you can get away with murder, Matt Ban's gonna change your mind.
It sounds familiar, but I never listened to that show. You'll have to tell me more.
Matt Ban busted up the crime syndicate that controlled wrestling across the tri-state area. He could have gone back to work as a pro wrestler, but he found crime fighting more personally rewarding. Also more lucrative because he collected rewards for wanted criminals and confiscated any money he found on them or in their hideouts.
None of this jives with what I've heard of Matt Band's reputation.
That's where his second origin story comes in. The rumor is one day while he was in his civilian persona, Matt Band went to a picture show with his mother. They walked home through Crime Alley. Then they turned down Violent Boulevard, hung a left on Harbinger of Murder Thoroughfare, and took a shortcut through Please I Beg You Don't Walk Here, Someone's Going to Die in This Cul-de-sac, Were You Not Listening to the Names of the Other Streets Street. That's where a gunman held them up.
Yeah, this is starting to sound familiar.
Before Matt Band had time to put some moves on the gunman, his mother had been shot. No! Who can forget the sound of his mother's pearls ripped from her neck and plinking on the concrete?
Right, I remember now. All this happened when he was in high school, right? He went on a field trip to a laboratory where they were irradiating spiders.
No, that's a different guy.
Are you sure? I heard parts of these origin stories a bunch of times. Every time they introduce Matt Band in a new storytelling medium like the radio show, or the Cliffhanger serial, or Big Little books, they think they have to retell his origin.
No, I can see where you'd get them confused. That guy with the spider did some wrestling too. But no, after his mother was shot, Matt Band's wholesome crime-fighting persona was replaced with a man bent on revenge and punishment. A Matt Band who was dark and grim. He changed his costume to a black full-body unitard that covered him completely, with gray trunks and a gray square on the chest. No colorful blue accents. Maybe it was padding in the suit, but it looked like his calves and thighs and forearms were disproportionately large, beyond human.
Yeah, that's the version I remember. Absolute Matt Band, with anchor tattoos on his weird forearms, and he smokes spinach or something.
No, that's a different guy.
Whatever. You finished the exposition. Can I go? I'd like to be somewhere else when that guy shows up. Any of those guys.
Sure. Thanks for your help. I don't see any indications that Matt Band has been here. Nothing but cigarette butts, skin care mags. A fairly nice mirror on the wall. Say, wait a minute. Everything else in this place is garbage. The broken chairs, wine bottles, a blood-stained mattress. This mirror looks clean, almost new. Did someone leave this as a clue? Maybe I was wrong about who the dangerous vigilante was. Maybe this is their way of telling me the hero who lost control and keeps going too far is the man I see in the mirror. Me.
No, you were right the first time. It's me.
Matt Band.
We pause now for a word from our sponsor. Has this ever happened to you?
Hey, what you doing there?
Just protecting the public from bad guys. I'm a member of the GHF, Guardian Humanitarian Facilitators. We used to be called Free Fire Zone Security.
Yeah, I think I've heard of you. You're in the news pretty steadily. You stopped a bunch of bad guys the other day from looting a grocery store or something?
Actually, it was food for civilians. It was a pickup location where we were giving away food for anyone who was starving. But some of the civilians around the edges of the crowd started clustering tightly together. When they do that, you can't see if they're hiding weapons or bombs. You can't see what's in their hands. It presented a danger to us and the delivery teams, and to the starving people who were trying to pick up food in an orderly manner. It's sad how quickly civilians can turn into bad guys.
Oh, right. The news said some kids and old people were hit with bullets?
Bad guys come in a wider range than you might expect if you aren't in our line of work. They start out bad as early as 4 years old, all the way up to 70 or 80. Pregnant women, bad old ladies in wheelchairs. I don't know how that one boy got wheeled out in an iron lung, but he wouldn't show us what was in his hands and he wouldn't move out of the area when requested. We were terrified, so we had to take him down.
Yeah, okay. So, those bodies in the hole, are those the people from yesterday?
No, these are bodies from today. It's surprising how many people you have to kill every day in the course of humanitarian operations.
Huh.
Counterintuitive, how many you have to kill.
What's that truck, though?
That's the transport vehicle for our team.
No, the one down in the hole.
Oh, that's not a truck, that's an ambulance.
Are you digging out an ambulance?
No, we're burying it.
You're burying an ambulance. Were there bad guys in the ambulance?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you don't mind me asking, how could you tell?
Easy. They were in a place where civilians were forbidden. It's a no-go zone, or what we call a free fire zone. We warn people that they can't enter the area and that they'll be shot if they do. So, whose fault is it when they enter the area and get shot?
Right. You probably have signs all around. You hand out pamphlets. Maybe a loudspeaker truck circles the area explaining people should keep out.
That would be a good idea. You ought to see if there's an opening in our communications department. No, we just do leaflets. The print shop usually finishes in time so we can hand them out before we start enforcing the zone.
Okay, but could I ask, there's a lot of bombed out buildings around here. Dogs chewing on corpses of bad guys. Right, bad guys in the street. Cars turned over on the sidewalk. Scorched pickup trucks.
Bad guys.
So after you shot the bad guys in the ambulance, what made you take the extra step of burying it?
See, this is another area where only people in our line of work understand. It might not even occur to you, but that ambulance would be a great propaganda opportunity for the bad guys. They could take pictures of the ambulance with the bullet holes in the side of it, the windows.
The blood.
They could pose beside it wearing civilian clothes.
Not wearing their bad guy uniforms.
Right. What?
4-year-old bad guys and 81-year-old bad guys.
Right. They might take pictures and spread them around. Make it seem like we were doing something wrong. Us, the good guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go that way. Is that way a zone? What do you call it? BOGO zone? No-go zone? Affordable fire zone?
Free fire zone. It depends. What's your name?
Bob?
Yeah, sure, Bob. That's fine. Have a good one.
Okay, thanks.
If this has ever happened to you, don't wear yourself out with a shovel. 15 men digging as fast as John Henry can't shift as much dirt as one catafalque brand excavator or backhoe. Whether you have an ambulance to bury or a humanitarian internment plot for another day's worth of bad guys, see your local catafalque dealer for our entire range of earth-moving equipment and crowd control machinery.
Come on back. Come on back. Come on back.
We now return to Falk Meets Matban, episode 135 of This Gun in My Hand.
So I had him down, and I was just beating him and beating him and beating him, mercilessly. And
Why were you beating him? He's a good guy.
well, yeah, but this good guy is dangerously superpowered. How can we let a vigilante like that run around doing whatever he wants? He's unstoppable.
When did he get superpowers? He has a gun that fires knockout gas.
Exactly. Knock out anybody that comes along. So I'm beating him, and he mutters something about Marta. I said, what did you say? Marta? Why did you say that name? And this reporter runs up, Lotus Lange, who everybody knows is his girlfriend.
I didn't know the Emerald Ash Borer had a girlfriend.
Yeah, Lotus says it was his housekeeper. Marta was the name of his housekeeper when he was a boy, down on the farm in that small town in Kansas.
Good impression of Lotus.
Yeah, thanks. So I says, that was the name of my ethnic housekeeper too.
I'm glad that broke the tension and you stopped beating him.
Oh no, I finished the job, but it gave me a wave of nostalgia.
What ethnicity was your ethnic housekeeper?
Marta? I don't know.
So at some point you gave up on the dark and gritty era?
Yeah, it was played out. I didn't exactly revert back to the happy-go-lucky grappler I used to be. The new gritty elements were incorporated into my personality.
Sure. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, really.
Anyway, what brings you to the neighborhood?
Oh, right. I prepared a short speech. You've gone too far, Matban. Good guys only kill criminals by accident, not intentionally. You used to serve the cause of justice, but now you need to be brought to justice. And I'm just the one to do it. Come on, Matt. Don't leave me hanging. It takes two to wrestle.
It's not my style anymore.
Oh, I see. You've gone in for one of those oriental boxing techniques. Didn't the Himalayan monks explain that you can't sit out a fight just because your opponent uses a different fighting style?
Oh, I'm willing to fight, but it won't sound like that.
Fine, then what does it sound? Ow! Ugh. Okay, maybe it is worth the cost of traveling to the Far East for training.
You don't need to fight me or pull your gun. I ain't like that no more.
Who are you kidding? As soon as you adopted that absurdly gruff voice, everyone knew you had gone rogue.
What, this? I only do this because I'm afraid somebody will recognize my natural voice and they'll figure out my secret identity. But then I remembered acoustics are weird in Parabellum City and everybody sounds alike, so I don't have to fake it anymore.
You're still doing it.
Really? Oh yeah, sorry. Force of habit. How's this? I lost my voice a few times in the beginning because I was doing it too hard. Then I developed my mat lozenges. Want one?
No, I want you to put down your weapons and come along quietly.
What? I told you I ain't like that no more.
What happened to the cheerful Matban who was always smiling at his sidekick and advising kids to drink their milk?
You mean Matban 36? You know the story. Walking down the alley, the gunshot. No. The pearls plinking on concrete.
I can almost sympathize with you. Who could blame you for losing control after an experience like that? Becoming grim and dark, and carrying a gun. Which I totally approve, by the way. That makes you the hero of the story.
Obviously.
But, some people have the skill to shoot the gun out of their opponent's hand. Some people just use guns to kill. That's the problem. That's why I'm here.
Once again, I ain't like that no more.
You're doing the voice.
Dang it. Right. It always sets me off when I remember Mom getting shot.
For that matter, what happened to the sidekick from your wholesome era? Robbie or Robinette?
Roberta.
She went off on her own, right? I heard she changed her name. Wing something? Winger? Hot Wing? No, Nightwing.
White Ning.
White Ning? She's not one of those, White Pride?
No. She wanted to name herself White Lightning because she thought it sounded hard. But the comics publisher said that would be promoting moonshine. She shortened it to White Ning. She's getting kickbacks from the American Dental Association or something. Have you noticed all these dental-themed crime fighters lately? Like that radio show with Bumfrey Hogarth and Goran Cabal? Bold Denture.
Oh, yeah. I gotta admit, that is a good show.
Anyway, Roberta didn't approve of the level of violence when I went darker. But it worked out fine that she left because my stories can be grittier when they're solo. You can't look gritty when your petite lady sidekick beats up as many villains and henchmen as you do. Although it can be extra gritty when she gets kidnapped and the story implies that she's been interfered with by the villain.
Oh, yeah. I read that one-shot comic book where your nemesis, the Coker, kidnapped Roberta, and, that was dark. I didn't understand the title of that issue, though. The Killing Jack? The Jokey Coke?
The Coker used to be a common criminal before he fell into a vat of experimental cola. In that story where he kidnaps Roberta, he was experimenting with a new formula that would make men effeminate and women masculine. He called the process jacking and jilling, but he plunged Roberta into the one that would make her more effeminate.
I see. He submerged her in the Jilling Coke.
If you thought that was gritty, you should read Matt Ban, The Narc Right Detournes.
Yeah, that one's good too. I mean, politically awful, but great comic.
Like I say, I ain't like that no more. I'm back to my old costume. I don't shoot people, I just wrestle them until they say Tio.
Is that the letters T-O, like time out?
No, it's the Spanish word for uncle.
Oh, I didn't know you were Spanish.
I'm not. It throws people off if they're trying to find my secret identity.
Good idea. Like if your sidekick was Japanese and the government started putting all Japanese Americans into concentration camps, you might introduce him as your faithful Filipino sidekick until tensions blew over.
It might work. Wouldn't people remember that he used to be Japanese?
They don't pay attention.
You know, when I was at the peak of my popularity a few years ago, they tried to spin off a whole squadron of variant Matt Ban characters. There was a nihilist who called himself Man Ban, the mutant wrestler with wings, Matt Bat. There was the Matt Ban from Negative Space, called himself Ban Matt.
What would that even mean?
Since I was going dark, he went the other direction. He wanted all wrestlers to make amends with each other, stop trash-talking to promote matches, which would have ended the sport entirely.
You think so? I can imagine wrestling matches between people who get along.
And who would watch that? Without all the trumped-up drama and the beefs between wrestlers, the good guys and bad guys, the audience would fade away. They'd find other sportsmen with dramatic stories, maybe soccer players who insult each other between matches. Or they'd tune to Canadian radio so they could listen to curlers with beefs.
Curlers with beef.
The sport of sliding weighted stones across ice towards a target. Curling. Not when something drops out of your wife's hair into the pot roast.
You don't have to do that.
I thought you were contractually obligated to have at least 3 episodes per season with all characters laughing together at the end.
We hit this season's quota with episode 131.
Okay. Well, see any good movies lately?
Yeah, they had a revival of a silent movie at the Roxy Theater last weekend. The Mark of the Crimson Clown.
That was the picture I saw with my mother the night she was shot. The alley, the gunshot.
No.
The pearls plinking on concrete.
Jeez, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it would trigger that painful memory for you. Here, I've got something that should cheer you up. Earlier today, a villain called Boy Toy spread these marbles on the sidewalk, trying to trip me up. I confiscated them as evidence, but maybe you'll... Whoops. Sorry.
The pearls plinking on concrete.
The closing theme. Falk meets Matt Ban, episode 135 of This Gun in My Hand, was grimly darkened by Rob Northrup. This episode and all others are available on YouTube with automatically generated closed captions of dialogue. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com for credits, show notes, archives, and to buy my books, such as Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities. Good lord, I wrote the script so long ago it was promoting my previous story collection. For the freshest fiction, buy my novella, Sisyphus Eat Your Heart Out, available in paperback and ebook from Amazon. How do I signal when the story is about to get gritty? This gun in my hand.